Hello everyone, and welcome back to the second part tutorial where I promised you that I will show you how to animate the braided wires we just modeled in the earlier tutorial. So this is what I made for you. I don't know how much special it is, but I just want to show you one thing that we can do with it, and just to expand your knowledge a little bit about features in Maya. So this is an animated part. Let's play it so you can see where it goes, and what you can do is you can create something like that as a plant, maybe very unusual plant, but also as for a tunnel, or I don't know, whatever you feel like doing with this. Basically it's very easy to do, but we will start from the end of the earlier part where those all wires were still in a gray color, and from there we will move on and learn how to build this. Okay, so let's stop this and let's open that scene. So open wires 1, I suppose it's that. Yeah, well, cancel. Maybe I will save it as save scene as colored wires spinning, and save as, and then we will open that other scene where I left you. And okay, so somewhere a little bit looks a little bit different, but let's just straighten it up like so. Okay, and maybe we'll scale this a little bit, and also these. Great. So the first thing we need to do is actually to remove the lattice. Okay, and for this we will go over the outliner, which is here. Click on it to open it and choose the FFD1 lattice. Okay, and tap on delete to delete it. Now we still need the other part, which is it was the other deformer, the twisted deformer applied, so leave it as it is. And what we want to do from here, we first see that this is the same as, no, actually it's not the same thing. I don't know why, maybe it's the history turned off, but let's see if we can continue from here. Yeah, okay, so let's assume that you deleted the other part, the other lattice, and also the twisted thing, which I'm not sure you need to delete it, but either so, what we will need to do first, we will go over modify while they're all selected as a group. Yeah, go over modify, convert Nurbs to polygons. Okay, so after you've done so, move the group aside. This is the polygons, these are the Nurbs, and delete the Nurbs, or just hide them. Now those are acting like real polygons, so you may see hard edges, see where the spans are. So just tap on 3 to get the preview mode, and then you will see them smooth. and from here select them, group them. You can see them selected in the outliner. Just group them by using the general tab here and click on this icon here. That will group them, and go over modify and center pivot. Now after you group them, we want to add some color to them. Okay, so just checking that I can select them separately one by one. I will open the window, rendering editor, hypershade. Okay, now I will create a few bling materials, so click once, twice on the bling, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so you create 7 bling materials, click on one of them, click on them twice maybe. It will open the attribute editor, which is this icon if you don't know, and choose a color. I will use only those plate of colors, the red first, then I will switch to the other bling, white, yeah, then to this one. Oh, okay, a bit confused. This one is white, this one is green. That should be yellow, but never mind. No, where is the? It's not yellow. It's not green. So done. Now this one. This one will be dark blue, and I don't know, some bugs here with Maya. I'm doing something wrong. And now this one. Click on this, and this one was blue, so this will be the purple, and this will be the yellow, which I forgot. Now those you can leave. We will use this plate of colors. Okay, it's the same colors, same materials, same shaders, but we will use those just to remember the order. Okay, this one is Lambert, so don't touch it. Now what we will do, we will come over this and just a little bit close. Let's put the plate here, and we will choose the first one, right click on the red and assign material to selection, then choose this one, assign color, material, whatever, assign material to selection, choose this one, the purple, and then green, the yellow. You can choose any color you want. It's just for the tutorial. Do whatever you feel like. Textures, I don't know, whatever you think first or better to do. Okay, let's finish this, and will be yellow, this will be the second bluish. Now because I don't want two reds very nearby, so I will try to choose any other colors, maybe purple again, and some white, whatever. Okay, so we have them all colored, and now let's continue. I think this one is still gray. How come? Okay, so let's just open the hypershade again, and that should be, I don't know what that should be. So let's do another purple again, whatever. Now let's continue. So we want to animate this. So first what we need to do is take all this group, which is grouped, okay, and we want to go over here to the polygons menu, and from mesh choose combine. Okay, you need to do this or you need to first apply color and then do this, okay, because What we are going to do is a little bit complicated, so it's better to give it color from the start. Okay, so combine, and now they're all one piece. Okay, this piece here, the poly surface. So we can name it, just to double click on it and type in something, I don't know what, let's call it Sydney. No, it looks like the storm, so maybe I will call it Cindy. Yeah, and you can get rid of those, I think. Let's try delete them, see what happened. No, don't do this, that's not wise. Undo what I did. Okay. And from here what we need to do is, again, from the Cindy, yeah, modify freeze transformation and modify center pivot. Okay, now we are setting the pivot. Now the next thing is to go over down here where it says 24 and change it to about 100. Okay, and tap enter, so that will give us 100 frames in our timeline. Okay, you need to use the left box, okay, not this, the right, the left. This one you will add the number of frames you like. Okay, now go over while those selected, basically the Cindy mesh. Okay, you go over window, animation editor, and expression editor. Alright, so you remember that we when we duplicated all those pipes or cables, wires, we did it on the y axis. Okay, so we want to make this wires spin. Okay, so we also want them to spin at the same direction. So we will choose from this expression editor first. We will choose this Cindy, then we will choose rotate Y, click on it. So you can see that here in the line it's updated. Okay, if you will choose something else, it will update it to rotate X, but we need rotate Y. So now we have Cindy dot rotate Y. Mark this. Okay, hold down your middle mouse wheel and drag it over here and release. Okay, so this, it will copy this line over here. You can just type space once, equal, space again, time, multiply space by 400, and choose to create. That's it. If you don't see any red alert here, so that means that you are okay. Just close this and we will do a first test to see if it spins. So let's play, and as you can see it's spinning, so that's great. Especially if you saw my earlier tutorials about making the candy cane stick, you can do the same effect to it, and that looks awesome for it, because this is what usually you see in the movies. Those candy canes are like spinning, not as a candy cane stick, but just as some signs, like, or whatever. So now that we made it spin, what you need to do is add a lattice to it. So you go over Cindy again from the outliner. Again, if you don't see the outliner, you can click on this. If you still don't see the outliner and you only see one wide big window, go over panels, go over layout, choose two pans side by side. That will create two pans, and go over the pan. This is already the outliner, but you can choose what to do with this window from the panel. You can choose to make this the perspective view, and choose this one to be the from the panels to be the outliner, which is somewhere here. Outliner, yeah. So now we have the outliner from the left, and from the right we have our work area. Great. So let's add let's choose the Cindy and go over animation menu here, create deformer and lattice. Okay, so that will create the lattice for our wires. And now while this lattice is selected, let's just make sure that we are at frame 1 by rewind our frames back to the start, and we want to right click, choose lattice points and choose those points. Okay, so we will start animate from this point. So these points, you need to make sure you are at frame number 1, tap S on your keyboard. That will add a red mark over here if you can see it. Okay, so now we want to go forward 10 frames, and in using the scale tool we will expand those 4 lattice points to about so. I will tap 5 so you can see those stretching. Okay, so I want them to open like so, and then while it's still on 10, tap on S again. Now next thing is to go over frame number 20 and stretch it a little bit more and tap S again. And then we want to, frame number 30, we want this to get a little bit close. Okay, and tap S again. You always need to choose the frames and then apply the animating part. Okay, first choose the frame. Always first choose the frame, make the changes, and tap S to record this. Now we want this part to starting expand. Okay, expanding. So whenever I choose those 4, by the way, I chose these 4. So you can see that in my timeline there are no red marks. But if I will back choose those 4, you can see those red marks. So we stop at 30 while this look like this. Okay, you can scroll your timeline and see how it looks. So it looks like this, 30. In 30 it looks like this, and it was wider at 20. It's starting to close at 30, and at 30 I want this to start expand. So I will at 20 I will, yeah, at 20 I want it still to be here like this, so I have to make a mark, record here, and at 30 I want it to start expanding just a little bit, right? And click S again. It will over rewrite this red mark, don't worry about it. Now at 40 I want this to be the same about size as this one was at 20. Okay, so I will tap S again here while I changed it, and I will bring it back to those 4 lattice, and I want those to be closed like so, and tap S. Okay, so now we can scroll and see what we done. Starting to expand, bigger, starting to get close, but this other starting to get wider while the first one are getting close. Okay, so that's nice, and let's continue. We will always make sure you scroll it to see what's happening. This will help you a lot to understand what you animated and what you didn't animated. Okay, so at 30 this is open wide, and at 50 I want this to start opening, but first at 40 I need to make sure that this will stay the same as it was all this way. I want it to start opening in 50, so I will first record 40 for as it was, and 50 where it's starting to expand. Okay, the expansion will be halfway of this one. Okay, and I'll tap S to record this. I will go to frame number 60 and open it wide as this one, tap S, and at the same time I will go back to 50 and will make it like so. Okay, so, and at 60 this one will had to be just as the upper one. Okay, so tap S again. So now let's see what we have. It's starting to open. The second rows of lattice are starting to open, while the upper ones are starting to close, while this starting to close and this starting to open, and this is basically it. Okay, so you can do even more stuff. While at 60 you can, at 50 yeah, at 50 you can, maybe at 60 you can start open this one again, just for fun. So 60, and in 59 maybe still need to stay, no, not in 59, but maybe 50 we'll need to stay close as all the other bottom ones are closed. Okay, so this is closed and this is getting wider, and that's actually most of the fun part, what you can do with those. So you can also do the same for those, choose those for lattice points, start to play with them in whatever you feel like, whatever way you feel like, make them this big and this big at 40, and maybe in 50 you would like to play with the move tool, and then you can like move it like so, and at 60 maybe bring them back over here, and just don't mess around too much so they won't overlapping each other. And maybe at 70, what's very important here right now is to show you that you can combine two different moves to the same recording, same layer recording. So we are actually recording on frame number 70, but you can move them over here, tap on S, and at the same time you can scale them down like so. Okay, and tap S again, and don't worry, it will create the same move, okay, that we recorded. So you can see this. I will hit play. See, this is how nice it is. So you can do various of stuff with this. This is very useful to use the lattice in order to animate. This is why it's at the animation tab menu. All those freaking stuff are supposed to be animated, and you can use any other deformers you like. Maybe wave, I don't know, let's maybe try wave, create deformers, non-linear wave. Not really sure how this wave is working, but we'll find out in a moment. If I move this, yeah, let's play. See, maybe it's working somehow. Not really sure. So this one moves here. At 20 I will put it over here. It's just a test. I'm not sure what does this thing is doing. It's not doing anything. I aren't familiar with. But just keep on trying, test those features, and maybe you'll find some other new unique stuff you can do with these wires. And that's it for it. I hope you enjoy this one. You can continue animate this at the same spot that I stopped. Keep on animate all those lattice points. It should be very easy while you are starting to understand how to work with your frames and the S keyboard letter to record those moves. It will be easier. Just try to work on it about 30 minutes, and that should be enough to give you basic skills on how to animate things and how to use this timeline in order to animate this. Basically, that's it. I hope you enjoy this, and we'll see you soon in the next tutorial, where we will continue do other stuff. I'm really not sure what I will do, but I hope it will be interesting, more or less just like this tutorial. So that's it for now. Bye, and don't forget to like, by the way. See you.